Well, Paul, I've seen the poster, and the word promised tonight is you have a major announcement to make about your character, Phil D'Amato, the NYPD forensic detective. Let's start with, what's the announcement?
One of the things that I always saw for Phil is a life on the screen. Not only on the computer screen, not only on the printed page, but on a television or movie screen. So the Genesis virus marks, first of all, the return of Phil D'Amato. He last appeared in The Pixel Eye, published in 2003, or actually 2004, I can never remember. But this presentation of Phil will be a completely different story, which, apropos of The Plot to Save Socrates, my time travel novel, and its sequel, In Burning Alexandria, is not only a story about Phil, but a story about time travel. And what I can tell you is it's time travel as you've never seen it before on television. Which, by the way, in addition to it being different in its content, which I'll get back to in a minute, is also different in its authorship, because it's not only my work, but it's the work that I'm doing with two co-authors.
Who's going to be writing the Genesis?
Well, Chuck Sterin, more formally known as J. Charles Sterin, a documentary filmmaker, and someone who's very well known to most people who know me, my wife, Bettina Vozick, who actually uses her formal name on the credits, Bettina Vozick. So actually the three of us are working on this television project.
When is it going to take place? And, well, since it's a time travel story, what year is it going to take place?
Well, I can't reveal too much of it, but what I can say is there are people in the future from 2080 who travel back in time. And Phil both gets involved in the case as an investigator, looking into some of the impact of what they're doing, but also in classic Phil D'Amato form as a possible target. But even more beyond that, D'Amato plays a central role, an essential role in the very existence of that future, in a way that nothing he's ever done before has played out. There are two other things which I'm very proud of. One has to do with human relationships, and one of the raps against science fiction is, as you know, has often been, well, it's a great story, there are a lot of these, great ideas, but the characters don't feel completely real.
No genuine human character or emotion.
That's right.
How do you intend to deal with that in Genesis virus?
Well, there are couples in the Genesis virus, and one way I like to think of it is two couples struggling to save the world and struggling to save their relationships. Because, if you think about a couple where they're in different times, it's sort of tough to keep a relationship going. Or if you think of a situation in which a husband leaves his wife, kisses her goodbye, and then, walks out the front door, and then from the wife's point of view, a couple of seconds later comes back in. So for her, just a split second or two have passed, and for him, 2 weeks, 2 months. Yeah.
All that loss of time, and he has life experience that they haven't shared. And she doesn't even know about.
That's right. And this gets me really to the other point. One of the critiques I've often made myself about science fiction on television is it by and large does not take seriously time travel paradoxes. Now, even shows like Journeyman, which actually I was very fond of, it was a time travel show on in the fall, I guess, of 2007.
Short-lived.
Short-lived show. And there, by the way, it was a married couple, and it did deal to some extent with the problems, but when Dan Vassar, the lead character, went to the past and he was, gone for a period of time, whenever he came back, that same amount of time had elapsed in the future, which if you think about it, makes no sense. because, you know, the future just goes on. I mean, it's like a very cruel, odd kind of time travel system that makes you be gone for that period of time. Why not put you back right, you know, after, so no one even misses you? I can't reveal specific plot elements, and we will be making announcements in the next couple of months, so people who are watching this on YouTube, some of this might be out there, but as of the date that we're doing this, I can't be specific, but what I can say is, trust me, we take these paradoxes extremely seriously. Anything that happens in the past, even the smallest change, will have profound changes in the future. So what it really is, it's a mesh of three, what I find highly interesting things, and my co-authors. A police procedural, which is what it always is Phil D'Amato.
That's Phil D'Amato.
Right. Time travel, as you've never seen it before, and you know what I mean by that is, as the new Battlestar Galactica is to the original, the Genesis virus is to all previous time travel on television.
Like the thinking person's version of time travel?
That's right. And then the third part of it is the human relationships. The viewer will care about these people because we've written them. Tina, Chuck, and I have made these people, I mean, in my view, so real that the Genesis virus could almost be looked at in an alternate way as a paranormal romance where the most important part of the story is the relationship.